Good evening, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us once again on the Discipline Therapy podcast tonight with your two hosts, Suhey Sotomayor, and with me always, Mr. EL Discipline. Five time, okay, seven-time author, my bad. Also, before we begin, I'm going to clear the
Five a lucky
energy.
number.
I don't know why five came into my mind. We're going to get 5 times the blessings, okay? All right,
Ladies
season
and
8.
ladies and gentlemen, we're crushing delusion
Oh,
and hypothetical ideologies, and that's why y'all are fiends.
you know what that means.
Yes, we're serving you your dose weekly of discipline therapy because we're a high commodity
Mm-hmm.
when it pertains to um these topics and these social issues and
Mm.
taboo. That's why y'all come
Setting the record
back
straight. Mm-hmm.
and y'all come back and y'all fiend for more. So we know y'all are fiends and y'all know what that means. We're serving you a dose weekly of discipline therapy where everything is completely free. See if you subscribe, there's no monthly fee, it's free. It's judgment free, sucker free, censor free, sensitive free, and plenty of liberty. God and the ancient ancestors are great, and that means everything else is straight. So go grab your wine, popcorn, and roll a blunt. But the main thing is make sure the children are in bed. Why? Because we have that soul food and vulgar conversation. Prepare your mind to be fed. Light one up, inhale, laugh, and exhale, strife. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you are tuned into the Discipline Debbie podcast. We're
We're
here.
here. All right. Season 8, episode 86. Does being in love require you to be vulnerable? Mr. Discipline, you do come up with some really awesome topics.
Yeah, well,
All right.
what happened is we had some guests on the show. Sometimes I look back at old shows. We had some guests who were like talking about vulnerability,
Mm-hmm.
and what I've seen is whether I was at the gym, whether I was at a social event venue, I ask people out there these questions,
Okay.
kind of like take like a mental poll
Mm-hmm.
of what men and women are saying, whether I'm in the corporate environment, the boardroom, talking to men, talking to women. Um, and a lot of women will say, "Why aren't men vulnerable?" And they will associate men not being vulnerable with toxic or this fictitious oxymoron, toxic masculinity.
Mm-hmm. Well, I also feel like
A
they
lot of
just think
feminists,
vulnerability is different.
yeah, a lot of feminists do that.
Mm-hmm. They don't. I think when they say why aren't men vulnerable with in front of us or whatever, I think that they are they're so used to what their definition of vulnerability is that they miss when their men are actually being vulnerable. You know what I mean? It's not the same all around. Like just because you guys think and say and feel one way doesn't mean that everybody is gonna share those same thoughts and feelings. So, jumping right into the bullets, what is love to you?
On a technical as like chemical, scientific, physiology aspect, it's a chemical.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like what Johnny said when I brought him on the show, season 6 finale. Yeah, season 6 finale, episode 70.
Mm.
It's a chemical. Like dopamine, serotonin. However, love is different definition for everybody. For
Mm-hmm.
for me to be subjective, for the like the opposite sex. That's what we mean. What is
Um,
love to you? Put an opposite sex, or just in general, what is love?
I guess what is
So
just in
okay,
general.
so love is love. I believe is a verb.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's not something you can grab.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's something that you do. You display it. Um, it's beyond the feeling.
Mm. Okay.
So for me, it's like when I look at the opposite sex and somebody that's in my life, how do I determine how they love me? How do I determine if they love me?
Okay.
You know
So
what I'm
this
saying?
is
So
you.
so to me, um I understand female nature, so universal, like when a woman loves a man, she gonna sacrifice. She gonna, she might spend her own money on you when she loves you. She provides like acts of service.
Okay.
Um when like when I love somebody, I provide acts of service. Like her tire could have blew out. Teaching, education,
Mhm.
empowering, protection, sharing my money with her. That's like love.
That's how you show your love.
That's how I show my
Mhm.
love. So, what is love to me? It's patient. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Definitely.
It could be rough, it could be painful, it could be gentle, it can be a hardship, right?
Mm.
Like if you're going through hardship with your significant other and you're sticking around, you know what I'm saying, like ride or die,
Mm.
you know, so that's what love is to me.
Okay. Well, I know when I, because we look over the bullets, I was freaking out because I was like, oh my God. So what I do, I jumped on the Wikipedia. I went onto the, to get the
Oh,
proper
because you thought
definition.
you thought it was gonna be a technical aspect.
No,
No,
because you a
see,
technical fighter. So that's
yeah,
what I did.
and that's good. See the Peter that cried wolf? See, that's good because this time it's more subjective,
Right.
not technical.
Right. But so I went on, I was like, okay, so the definition in Webster's dictionary, it's that love is an emotion. And obviously we all know love is an emotion. But digging deeper, I'm like, well, that's true, but love is also what you said. And I said, to myself, okay, love is how someone acts towards you. Love is how, you know, the things that they say, get home safe. Did you eat? Love is all those things. And love is so different. A person can love their child different than they love their spouse, different than they love their parents, and different than they love their friends. So love comes in so many different ways. You know what I mean? And it's something that you have to, for me, you know, you can't there's people who walk around every day saying I love you and it's just words. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Like you can't just keep saying I love you and expect and but show something different. You
mm-hmm,
know what I mean? Your words and your actions have to coincide, especially when it comes to love and how you're showing that person that you supposedly love that you love them.
mm-hmm.
So the next bullet, do men and women love equally?
No.
I agree. I don't think they love equally.
So this is the problem in today's society, with modern people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I talked about it about like men and women not understanding each other's love language.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, their nature. The other countries are different when it pertains to like gender roles,
Mm-hmm.
but this is a universal thing. Like this world, it's like we're a human race. You know what I'm saying? It's not men and women anymore because there's transgender now.
Yeah.
So they don't want to hit the sensitive top button. They don't want to offend certain people. So they don't want to be like, what is a real woman? What is a real man? They don't say that anymore. It's more of like human race because they want to be politically correct.
Mm.
So it's like if we're humans, we feel the same. We think the same. We move the same.
Mm.
That's what they're pushing out.
Mm.
You
Okay.
say, yeah, that you know what I'm saying. You say, yeah, it's different,
Right.
but that's I'm trying to,
Right. That's what their
yes,
society is trying to make everything the same.
yeah. So the reality is the reason there's a discrepancy is there's an imbalance with masculinity and femininity, and that's why relationships aren't working.
Mm.
So what might happen is a woman might be she might be a narcissist or she might be engaging in narcissistic activity or have narcissistic tendencies. And this is an example:
Okay.
gaslighting, guilt tripping, manipulation, projecting their love language upon them. So you might get a woman who, because I believe women complain more than men in relationships. A
Okay.
man, listen, a man can have a side chick and a wife. He's clearly not asking you for divorce. More divorce is being initiated by women. It's not just due to infidelity, it could be neglect, lack of
Mm-hmm.
attention,
Mm-hmm.
sex, affection, right? So, this is why I believe women complain more than men. So, a woman, this narcissistic woman, right? This is a scenario, the author, right? She's gonna say, you don't want to watch this with me. You you don't want to do this with me. You don't feel like I feel. Why can't you open up? Like Johnny was talking about this, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that episode
Yep.
with him and his ex?
Mm-hmm.
Um, why don't you open up? Why can't you feel like I feel? This is narcissistic. And women don't realize this.
Mm.
You see, like when men do this, they're beta.
Okay. And but when women do it, they're too alpha.
No, when women do it, they're narcissists. They're feminine because it's in a woman's nature to just complain.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying, and get emotional because she's getting emotional.
Mm.
So me, I've never been in a situation where I was like we were having an argument and I was just like, why don't you love like me? Why don't you do? No, I've never do that. So men that are doing that, men that are complaining, they're in their feminine.
Okay.
That's
That
why I
makes
say
sense.
beta.
Mm-hmm.
So
But they're not narcissistic if the men do it?
yeah,
They are.
they are.
Okay.
They
They're
are.
beta and narcissistic and feminine. Got you.
Yes.
Okay.
So what happens is, you know, these people are narcissistic and they're engaged, they have narcissistic tendencies and they don't realize it.
Mm.
And this comes down to the human race thing. More women are inclined to doing this more than men. If I love this way, why can't he? If I don't cheat, if I don't see eyes for anybody else, why can't he be like that?
Mm.
Remember in episode 41?
Mm-hmm.
If you still
No, probably not. But
if
go ahead.
if they cheat, do they still love you?
Oh yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Woman, no, man, yes. And there's
Y-
people out there, yeah, I know you're gonna get to it. There's people out there, especially feminists and male feminists, who are gonna get upset with that because of the equality, the human race. You see, this goes back to projecting love. Because
Mm-hmm.
we're a human race, what women do, men should do. How women feel, men should feel. How men feel, women should feel. You
Mm.
see
Mm-hmm.
me?
Mm-hmm.
So I nip it in the bud before you could even throw a rebuttal.
No, I wasn't gonna argue with you.
What were
I
you gonna
agree
say?
with you. No, I was gonna say that you're right. I agree with you in the sense that women tend to more be like, well, how come he doesn't love like I do? And it's because I agree with, they don't you know they want to push how they feel and what they think should be right onto their partners, when instead you should learn what their love language is, and then you won't have that such a conflict.
Yeah.
If you learn each other's love languages, then so much more communication can be opened.
Yeah, I said this on a recent audio
Mm-hmm.
show. I did with a young lady, and
That
it
was an
it,
awesome one,
it
by
went
the
for
way.
almost 2 hours,
Great
and
one.
she had just a comment on a post I made about man when I said if a man really loves you or he says he'll do anything for you, what he really means is he'll slay dragons, kill spiders,
Mm-hmm.
bees, battle lions, fix your tire, not cut his beard, stop watching wrestling, football, basketball, not being manly, thinking like you,
Mm-hmm.
moving like you, acting like you, feeling like you, not those things.
Right.
So, she was just, we went in it for like almost 2 hours. People could go back to that
You
and
really
watch it.
should. It's awesome.
But I even said it on there, about the problem is, like you said, you don't understand that man. You don't understand his love language, and you're projecting your love language upon his, and you
Mm-hmm.
don't understand male nature. That's the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Male nature. Listen, women that understand male nature and their man, they're definitely more submissive, definitely more feminine, but they're inclined to being happy. and in long-term relationships.
I agree.
The problems with society nowadays and why relationships aren't working is because we're projecting equality upon each other.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when you can and I don't want to get into a long spiel because we got bullets.
Okay.
When you get into okay, I'll give you an example. Muslims practice this. You know, they might be polyamorous, but that's not the point. The point is because they have a law set down and they have arranged, some of these marriages are arranged, there's so much involved,
Yeah.
not just family or whatever it is. Because it is arranged, they're more likely to
It's
be
down to
together
the
for a
scent.
lifetime.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Other relationships aren't like this.
Mm.
BDSM relationships are arranged.
Mm.
They already know this law set. We're both gonna negotiate. What I like is one way. You know, real doms do this. So real doms that engage in BDSM and also have DS relationships, they do this. They will, you know, set some type of negotiation. What do you like? What do you don't like? What is a hard limit inside and outside? This is the
Mhm.
communication. This is the vetting process. So now
This is him getting to know her.
yeah, and then
Mhm.
now he sets a law. This is what I want for you. I want you to be my sub, and this is your duties. So now she's already know what she's expected to do. Modern relationships go into 50-50, go with the flow. No one has a plan. She's like I've always heard things like, what are we?
Yeah.
Seen it in movies. My friends came and asked me advice and said, yo, she just hit me with the what should I do?
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
understand? So in these other marriages, relationships that are arranged, and in the BDSM life as well, there's never
A
insecurity.
question,
There's
right.
never constant reassurance. You don't constantly need to reassure her what you are unless she's just broken. She's just fucked up and she needs
Mhm.
to heal. And she constantly needs reassurance. But what he's saying, you're mine. Maybe he says I love you. Maybe he doesn't. You're mine. He does certain things. That
Mhm.
was reinsurance.
And that's how he shows his love.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's what I mean. This is the problem in modern relationships.
Okay.
So do men and women okay, so do you agree women love opportunistically, men love idealistically? We had this already
We did.
before.
And before our conversations in the past, I would have said no because just I'm a woman and I'm not opportunistic. But um as the as our show has gotten further and further and you've explained it more, then I do agree with that.
Yeah, because women love men off the basis of what they could provide.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And most countries practice hypergamy. Men can love a woman and say, listen, she got some toxic tendencies, but I see goals that I want in the future, maybe
Mhm.
maternal instincts. I could train that out of her. So I could love her how she is and just mold her. Women won't do that for men. They won't see the homeless man in the street. They're having a conversation. He's a really good storyteller, like the last book, right?
Mhm.
They're still in finished business when Dom went to get that guy.
Hires the guy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's a great storyteller. People are paying him coins. He's talking to a lady and she's just like, "Oh, you made my day." She doesn't see
The potential.
investing in him. She don't
Mhm.
see, "Oh my god, I could love this guy," whatever, because she's looking at his status. She's
Mhm.
looking at he's a homeless man. Even though he might have potential to maybe be a comedian one day,
Right.
maybe do
Something
this.
big. Mhm.
Yeah, motivational speaker, who
Mhm.
knows, right? She's not looking in depth like that. Women don't the reason women love opportunistically, men love idealistically is because men are inclined to plan for the future
Like see
and
the
think
big picture.
ahead, whereas women want the moment right now.
Mhm.
That's why a lot of women feel like they're like, especially nowadays, they're like, I don't want to invest in potential. So
Yeah.
if a dude is on his way to the top,
Yep. That's where they
they
fuck
play
up.
you. They play you.
Mhm.
And yo, this has happened to me. Cause before the altar, I'm telling you, chicks was just like, no, I'm not interested in the DM or whatever it is. Or I would be with them and they would act up and then do certain things and get themselves dismissed. Then they see me
Right.
and they're
Later,
like,
and they're like,
they
"Oh, he's
come,
popping."
hey, big head, hey, happy holidays.
Mhm.
They try to do that manipulation game. How am I gonna get back in his good graces?
Right. I've been thinking about
How?
you.
I've been thinking about him every day. He's serious. He might yell at me. I don't know what the ramification. How am I gonna let me crack a joke? Let
Mm.
me wait. Let me wait to see when he's in a good mood. Then I'll hit
And
him up. Tell him I had a dream
damn.
about him. Tell him this, tell him that. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what they're thinking.
Right.
So now they see you there, and now that's when they want to flock to you.
Mm.
See, that's how women are. Nature.
Yeah.
It's not good girl, bad girl. Blah, blah. It's not a bad thing, but
Mhm.
that's just how they are, their nature, because they're inclined to being taken care of. Men aren't.
Right.
And they're not like men are not gonna love you if you're taking care of them. Don't matter if you're paying his bills, he's not gonna love you more or
That's
less.
true. That's
Women
true.
are different.
Mm.
So the
Well,
woman,
they kind of make think that that goes hand in
yeah,
hand.
the woman wants the fully loaded Lamborghini, not the Infinity Q50 Red Sport. That's a nice car too,
It is very
but
nice.
they want the Lamborghini loaded already.
Mhm. Don't know how to keep it up
They
though.
don't want to get the Infinity and soup it up.
Mm. No,
Build,
men do
build a
that.
person.
Yeah.
Men do that.
Yeah.
That's
Men
why a
get
man can love a woman opportunistically.
no
I mean,
idealistically.
idealistically, and she will love him opportunistically.
Mhm. I agree with that.
Yeah. So, what is vulnerable to you?
Being vulnerable to me means that you let your guards down with that person. You get to show them all your, your secrets, your insecurities, your fears. You are probably that person's probably the second most honest person that you're with, because the first one should be yourself. That's what I feel.
So, being vulnerable to me is allowing someone access to whether it's a physical, psychological, emotional space
Okay.
that is that space is valuable to you.
Do you think
So
they can be vulnerable in one of these aspects, but not another one?
I'm gonna get into that.
Oh, you see?
So I'm gonna talk about me. I'm not vulnerable sexually. I'm not vulnerable physically to an extent. Like aftercare, after the intense activity, we have
Okay.
aftercare, whether it's conversation, she's massaging me,
Okay.
she's rubbing on my shoulders. Okay, the physical. But she's not tying me up. She's not
Oh,
sticking shit up my ass. She's not eating my ass. She's not spanking me.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? She's not fucking me. The
Got
only
you.
way a woman can fuck a man is wearing a strap on. Penetration, technical aspect. Women can't
Mm-hmm.
fuck men unless they wear a strap on. So she's never fucking me.
Unless it's
So
emotionally.
so
Just kidding.
yeah, women can fuck you emotionally and mentally.
Yes, you see.
But the thing is, I'm not vulnerable sexually.
Mm-hmm.
Physically, to an extent, maybe one or two things. She's
Okay.
never rubbing my head like I'm her toy
Okay.
that's submissive.
Okay.
So it's already a hard limit. She's not touching my ass.
Okay.
Women that say, "Oh, you got a nice ass" in your dreams. So she's
Right.
not,
So she's not. They're not spanking you.
yeah,
Got you.
you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. She could massage my legs, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying, my thighs, don't touch my butt, but like that's what I mean. I'm not vulnerable physically. I'm to an only to an extent.
Right.
I'm not vulnerable
Sexually.
sexually.
What about emotionally?
Emotionally, I get to that point.
Okay. You open up and you make yourself vulnerable when you see fit.
Yeah, because of
Gotcha.
the trust,
Mm-hmm.
loyalty or respect I have for them, and they give me something also.
Right.
Like they're it's a two-way
It's
street.
an
If I'm
exchange.
just sharing with a woman and I could clearly see she's emotionally unavailable, I dip. I
Okay.
tell her, "Yo, this isn't gonna work out." Well, why? Yeah, you're not doing this.
Okay. And how about psychological?
So psychological, definitely.
Hmm.
Definitely. You know what I'm saying? This comes down to the teachings. This comes down to bringing them in my life, learning about the life,
Hmm.
talking about my feelings, my likes and my dislikes.
Do you feel like that's where you're most vulnerable is
Yeah,
psychologically?
even on here, people get a
Mm-hmm.
chance to
Yeah,
absorb my mind.
that's true.
Whereas most of us that live this lifestyle, we're quiet. We're in
Mm.
the, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. So what about you?
Uh,
Sexually, physically, emotionally, psychologically.
I think in the past obviously sexually vulnerable, physically, and psychologically, but I feel like I used to have my walls up a lot more. So my emotional vulnerability I used to keep locked up real tight.
Hmm.
But now I feel like I'm pretty vulnerable all around for the
Okay.
right person.
If a man or a woman is emotionally unavailable, are they capable of
No,
loving, or giving?
no, I don't agree with that. I mean, I agree. My answer is
Why?
no, they're not because they're if they can't be emotionally available, right? That's putting their emotions, whether happy, sad, angry, whatever, then how can they truly express how they feel?
Do men love and
Wait a
give?
second, what about you?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
You're right. Do men love and give more than women?
Do men love and give more than women?
Mm-hmm.
Do men
This is not a bullet.
love and give? I know because I was looking for that one right
Mm-hmm.
now. Do men love and give more? No,
So women give more.
women love more.
Women love more. Do
Maybe
they
it's
give more?
probably not. I don't know. That
So
was a hard one.
men give more?
Men give more, but women love more.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Um so cuz it says are you feel emotionally available, can you do these two things? So if men give more, they're emotionally available to an extent.
If men give more, but a man can give more protection and not be emotional about it. You know what I mean? Like if they know,
I
if they're
think it's
growing
still
up,
love though. I think it's still love. Look,
that's true.
you
Because if
know,
you, that's
I'm
true.
gonna
That's
explain
true.
something to you. It's gonna be very hard for modern women to find love, real love from modern men. Why? Because of this.
Mm,
See, a real man that is practicing chivalry, gonna invest in you, provide for you, take care of you. Maybe you don't have kids. Maybe you do have kids and he's accepting your kids, wanting to take care of them. I want to have kids with her, bring my kids or whatever. Whatever the dynamic is, right? You know, if he's willing to do those things, that's his love language.
mm-hmm. That's true.
How a man is built, biologically engineered. So if women are hard to find this out here, that means a lot of modern men are emotionally unavailable.
I feel a lot of modern men are unemotional, unavailable.
A
I do
lot of
feel that.
modern women are emotionally unavailable.
Yes, I
Yeah,
believe that too.
that's why.
Yeah. But let me ask you this though. I think a lot of men are, well, this is why I think men in this day and age are emotionally unavailable. I feel like they're brought up that way. They see that what their friends or family are going through with other women, and so they're not. But they're taught you have to take care of your family, you have to, be the man of the house. So they know that they have their rules, right? But if they're not emotionally available, and they get with a woman and they're still showing love by paying the bills, protecting the family, and taking care of them, do you think, because I know you put a lot like, the woman is choosing this man, but if she's trying to communicate, like you have to be, not you have to be, but please, talk to me, about how you're feeling, whichever it is, angry, sad, or whatever, the man just comes home every day and is just a closed book. Do you feel like it is his responsibility to kind of open up more or learn how to? Would you suggest that they go to therapy?
Yeah,
Okay.
because what happens is
Because that's
uh,
hard for a woman to
this
have a man that doesn't show
this is
emotion.
what happens though.
Okay.
This is what happens. I'm gonna explain it to you. Because men are born to, you got to take care of the woman, to treat her good. Like they don't have classes for how you should treat kings.
Mm-hmm.
Women, this is how you should treat kings. This is how you're gonna keep a man. Nobody's talking about how to keep a man.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's talking about I could fuck niggas. I got mad niggas I could fuck. I got options, but you really don't. You just got sexual ones. And
Mm-hmm.
nobody want to be in a relationship with you. They want to smash and dash. Hit it like they don't have car insurance. Hit
Mm.
and run. You know what I'm
That's funny.
saying? So that's what's happening, right? The reason why is because men don't want to nowadays
Be open.
provide for women. You know what I'm saying? All these women are out here showing their bodies and all like it's an embarrassment, right? So men nowadays don't want to provide for women. The whole feminism movement is crushing that, forfeiting, having women forfeit benefits,
Mm-hmm.
right? So when men see this stuff that women are doing. They become closed off. They
I
become
was about to
afraid.
say that.
They become they trust issues.
Mm,
So they've been working so much because there's education on this is what you need to do as a man. This is how you need to treat women. This is what you need to do as a man. Um, make this money. Be the provider. You're not doing the work internally now because you're
mm-hmm.
just focused on getting the money, getting
Right.
the bag, getting the status. Because this is what women want. This is what I was told when I was younger to do.
Right.
You
Right.
don't do the work. So because you're not doing the work, because this takes work, it takes work to be emotionally available.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not doing the work and you were never taught how to do the work, this is what happens. This is
Right.
what we people don't talk about.
Yeah.
That's why it's a discrepancy.
That's why I think
Women
men
are
should have
taught
that.
this. Women are already taught this.
Mm,
Make sure you do this like Spanish households, Caribbean households. Cook, clean, do this. This is how you're gonna be a wife. Da, 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 da. You gotta be this. You gotta support him. They're taught that
mm,
because it's in their nature.
right.
So if men are taught, you gotta be a man up, you gotta do this, you gotta make this money. Where is also opening up to your partner, telling
Mm-hmm.
her what you like and what you don't
Yep.
like?
What makes you angry and what doesn't? Yeah.
They're not teaching that.
Mm-hmm.
So who's to blame? It's not just the household. Nowadays there's more singular households than there's ever been.
Mm,
So most likely
that's
it's the
true.
woman, 83% more in America,
What that are
single moms.
okay.
So if women are raising boys and girls,
Mm,
the boys are definitely gonna be soft. The women are gonna be combative with the girls are gonna be the girl is gonna be combative with the mother because subconsciously she resents you for dipping
not
out
having
on
a
her
time.
father.
Yeah.
She thinks it's probably your fault because she's not hearing from him, right? So they're gonna be fighting back,
Mm-hmm.
right? So now she might end up being a stripper, being a prostitute, selling her body. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah. You don't
there's
know. Mm-hmm.
exactly men are listen. Those I've said this in short audio shows. The dominant figure is there to keep those women off the poles and keep the men out of jail.
Mm,
So if the mother is there, she's just gonna project her love language upon them. If she's a single mom, let's say, because there's more for the black community than white and other foreign black community, right? And I'm not just saying it's them. It could be 1% of a like American woman, white woman, but
okay.
most of them stay with their man. You see, it's very rare you see white women single.
Mm,
And if they are, maybe they're a little hood, whatever it is, they got black friends. I don't know.
okay.
But it's very rare. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Even if they got divorced, they got somebody else quick. But more of the black community is on the independent. I don't need a man. That I hear this more with the black community.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Where does that come from? Maybe the mother could be a Latina,
Mm,
Hispanic who's kind of in the hood, maybe hood.
mm.
Forget where she came from. Now she's telling the daughter, "Don't let a man control you." Because what happened? We said this in episode
Yeah.
64.
Mm-hmm.
64
Because the mom is jaded now.
multiple baby mother. Yes.
Yep.
So because the mom is jaded, she's like, "Listen, she had a bad relationship with dad. When you get with a man, make your own. Don't let him control you. No, 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 no. She's already, generational curses. She's
Mm,
put words are
yeah.
spells.
She's carrying it on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
words are spells now. So
Mm-hmm.
now this is being embedded in her subconscious.
Mm,
So now she gets up, gotta get to that CEO position, alpha, right? Quote unquote. I don't need nobody. I don't need a man.
mm.
Make my own money. Da 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 da. You see? That's what happens.
Yeah, that's true. But now, with that same example that you said, because you said now if it's a single mom and she's raising her son, wouldn't she be teaching him how to be more, express yourself, don't hold it in, type stuff? And I guess it's who's teaching you
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If that woman has a male, the
Like
male,
if it was the father of a young boy,
mhm,
saying you should speak up, say how you feel. If something bothers you, you should, voice that. Don't be rude, and there's ways to speak. Is
yeah.
different than I guess a son learning it from his
It's
mother.
still, it's still, it still won't matter. It still won't matter. Why? Because you know Elijah,
Mhm.
my nephew.
Mhm.
He's autistic.
Mhm.
Now he got a certain routine, and I
Mm.
talked about this in a show season 5. I think it was 55. Spice up your relationship.
Mm.
So it was either that or 54, right? Would you allow your partner to dress however they want?
Mhm.
I said any one of them. He has a routine just like me. And when that routine is off, I'm off balance. However, I know how to control it. He doesn't. He's still little. He's still young.
Mhm.
The way he knows how to control it is spazzing out. So what happens? I could be at work. My sister's calling me.
Yeah.
Father's not around or whatever, but my mom is calling me. He respects male authority.
Yeah.
He does what I say. I mean, the mother gets him to do certain things to an agree, put him to sleep and stuff like that. But when it comes to the hard shit, she cannot. So if you have a male and he raising up, he's gonna. They might be the same resentment because the father's not
Yeah.
around
Mhm.
towards her. So he might go against what his mom is saying.
Mhm. That's true.
He doesn't like female authority. So now when the father is around and the father's telling him, yo, this is what you need to do, he'll listen because he respects male management.
Mm.
He don't understand it, obviously, but you know, you looking at it as, yeah, the mother can train the kid. This is how you need to be. Make sure you're a gentleman. Da-da. She's still projecting her upon him. And because he's a boy and he sees you are a woman, he's still not gonna respect
Mm.
you.
Mhm.
He's still not gonna like listen to you. He might just do it because he's like, just shut up right now. And I'll
Mm.
do it because you said shut up. But the reality is she's not going to be able to bring that type of discipline that he needs from a man because when they say this, little boys don't look at what their dads are saying. They look at what they're doing because they want to resemble like them.
Yeah, they wanna
So
emulate them.
how is that boy going to look at that woman, single mom,
Mhm.
and say, yeah, I'm a
I wanna be
girl?
like that, right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So if you're not getting that education, you're going to raise a soft boy,
Mm.
soft man, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna be doing these things. Oh, you gotta be a provider, you gotta do this, you gotta maybe she was left. She
Mhm.
was with a fucking douchebag, bum ass, didn't do nothing, deadbeat,
Yep, definitely.
right? Doesn't even help out. Never. So he's like, why do I got you around?
Mhm.
So that's what might happen also. So now she starts telling him how to be like not the father
Mhm.
because it's subjective.
Yep,
Not
definitely.
how universally this is what's gonna be. She's still setting him up, possibly to be used,
Mhm.
possibly to get played,
Yep,
led on, etc.
definitely. Do you think it's fair if people who lead other people on complain about getting cheated on?
No.
I agree with that because somebody who leads somebody on is just playing games.
So
So if you're playing games with other people, then how are you gonna complain? If you playing games, that person doesn't know. Are you serious? Is your word? What you say is that true? So
yo,
if they cheat on you, is it really cheating?
I
Oh
said
no, I'm hanging out with you too
I said
much.
this in a yeah. I said this in a audio show I did like months ago where I was asking an array of women, different
Mhm.
women,
Mhm.
this question.
Yeah.
So the thing is that's their karma. That's why.
Mm.
Because it's the same thing. Like somebody that's lying to you because the cheating at like I feel like men don't cheat. So it's the lie.
Mm.
Them interacting with women is not cheating. It's in their nature to do that. And I said this in like season 1, episode 4, right? The monogamy.
So yeah.
Yes.
So it's the
So
lie that they tell their partner.
yeah, so
Okay.
that's what it is. So somebody that's leading you on is also lying.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. That's why it's karma. Like if you're leading somebody on, if you're a woman, you're leading a man on, you're gonna get this. You're gonna
Mhm.
get somebody that's gonna lead you on, maybe not be open. Like she might be healed and be like, I'm ready to open up now. Now she gets with a guy that's closed up, that's her karma. She gets with a
Mhm.
guy that's cheating, that's her karma. The man is is telling the woman, yo, I want a future with you. Um, you know, I don't have eyes for other women. Um, he's like, you know,
Is this him leading somebody on?
yeah.
Ah, okay,
Because
gotcha.
now he's doing those things.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? He don't really see a future. He's just telling her that because he's trying to get good pussy still
Right.
or the
He's just
benefits.
trying to keep stringing her along, kinda.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So like women have to look at these flags, and I'll talk about it later on. Women have to look at these flags with certain men. Like like their words match their actions.
Mhm.
Like, if you have a goal, is he helping you get to that? Like if a woman
Mhm.
told me she was trying to lose weight and I'm like telling her, yo, come to my gym. I got a
Right.
gym. I'm, da, da, da. We're gonna work out. We're gonna do this because
Mm-hmm.
you can't just lose weight by eating right. You gotta lift
Right. You
weights.
got to do both.
You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Or exercise or something like that. So I might be doing that. I might be trying to educate her to do it. So that like a woman is looking at, oh, he might love me. Look what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Sharing his resources. You see what I'm saying? But
Right.
a dude that's like, oh yeah, I got a future with you. I want to do it. But y'all barely go out.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all just having sex. Y'all, he's not doing nothing for you.
Right. It's
He's
like a
not
routine.
sacrificing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like, does he really mean it?
Right.
This is what stuff women can't. This is what women cannot see. This is the flags they
I
can't.
don't know if they can't see it, but I know because I've known obviously I know a lot of women, and it's like they see the flags and it's like, well, let's see. It's not a really big one. Let's see if it happens again. And they'll instead of nipping it in the bud, they'll just let it continue.
Depends what he's providing or
Exactly.
potential.
Exactly.
It's the potential.
Yeah.
If the guy looks like he got good dick, we ain't have sex yet. Status, always dressing in suits, subjective. Money, he got a lot of money. He's popular off YouTube, Instagram, right? Who cares? You know, like, oh, he does a little bit of something. Maybe he called me a bitch when we had an argument. I
That's nothing.
cried. I get mad, whatever. She
Mm,
doesn't tolerate disrespect in no capacity, but she lets it slide.
yeah,
Why?
because he's giving her something.
It's potential too.
That.
You know what I'm saying? That money could be mine one day. That good dick. I want to see if he got a big dick. He looks like it.
Mm,
I can't wait to experience. So the potential, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's already being given to her.
right. I think that is more likely
Yeah.
than not.
And we talked about this
Yeah.
in the show. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, she gonna disrespect me twice, and that's it.
Right.
The first time I check you and let you know you never gonna do that again. You do the same thing again, bye.
Mm-hmm.
Because at
See.
that moment, you're not a little kid, and I said this in the episode prior. You're not a little kid. You're
Right.
doing it on purpose
Right. I feel like women
to
don't
get
do
me
that.
rattled or to get spanked because you think, especially my
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, how can I get spanked? Let
Right.
me act like a masochist, a brat. Yes, that's how I'm gonna get
Right.
spanked.
Because normally with regular men, it would work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? They might do that, but what they don't realize is they're gonna get dismissed. Because it's like if you
With
were a
you.
baby,
Mm-hmm.
like my niece, the 3-year-old Ariel, if I tell her that's it, she gets the benefit of the doubt. Her
Right. Because
brain's
she's
not developed
right.
fully.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she's a queen in a 3-year-old body,
Mm-hmm.
her brain is not developed
Of course not.
100%. So she
Mm-hmm.
gets the benefit of the doubt. But if we're talking about an older woman,
Right. Somebody
a
who knows better.
25, 35,
Mm-hmm.
40, you see, it's a game.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So, yes. So at the end of the day, men that are doing this also, they get what they get.
Yeah. But I think I feel. Go ahead.
You feel what?
No, no. The thought just popped out of my mind.
Oh,
All right. Can
okay.
someone? We had this. This was. We had this conversation also.
Episode 41.
Can someone cheat on you and still love you?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I agree with that one.
You're entitled to your own opinion. The fact of the matter is, like I said earlier, women no, men yes.
Women know what? If a woman cheats on you, she doesn't love you anymore.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, in my perspective, I think if a woman cheats on somebody, that love could have changed.
And it depends on the severity and the definition of cheating. So here's the thing.
Oh well,
Is
yes,
having is
you're
having an intimate conversation with a stranger
cheating.
cheating.
Yes.
Okay.
If you're in a relationship with someone, then yes.
Okay. So why do we emphasize more cheating for the physical part then?
I don't know.
You
I don't know.
see?
It's. I think it's societal.
Yeah.
Definitely, because a lot of people don't think
Yeah.
like that. Is you having a conversation, a deep, intimate conversation with your work husband, and you have a boyfriend? Is that cheating? Yes. If you're talking, if you,
Because we only associate cheating with
uh
physical
huh,
intimacy.
yep.
That's why.
Isn't that weird?
That's why.
Yeah.
So the thing is, a man can still cheat on his woman physically and sexually and still love her. Emotionally, no. Because remember, men are physical, women are emotional. So if and women notice, that's why they be staying with those dudes that be blowing their back out and paying their bills, that cheat. They stay with them. Maybe he could be an abuser. They stay because they know this subconsciously. Consciously, they don't, but subconsciously, they do. This men are physical. So he just had sex with her. It didn't mean nothing. He's not gonna see her again. She's not saved in his phone. They're not sending
Mhm.
emojis to each other. It ain't nothing emotional. Whatever. She stays, cries, comes back, stays. Emotion. Wait a minute. And we talked about this
Mhm.
the season 8 premiere, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So the Sophia character in
Mhm.
Dom, we
Mhm.
talked about it.
Mhm.
Wait a minute, she's saved.
Mhm.
Kitten, that's a personal thing. Is she gonna be another wife? I'm worried. He's
Right.
adding emotion. You
Mhm.
see? So it's like for men, if a man is adding emotion, also he's cheating.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay. So if he
But
doesn't have
if he
emotion, it's not.
but if he just engaged with a woman sexually and it's like, yo, she just flew out here to see me. You know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna see her again. Or I met her in the club. Just throwing scenarios, right? It's probably going on in the city near you with a married man
Mm.
right now. He probably travels, make a lot of money.
Mm.
He's out of the house for
Yeah,
two
that's true.
weeks. She got the kids. She's running the house. He's gone for 2 weeks. Maybe it's going on,
Mhm.
right? He's traveling, go to a different state. He gonna probably fuck somebody. But does he love them?
Mm-mm. All right.
Building up all this testosterone, he needs to release it, right? He
Mhm.
probably doesn't jerk off.
Mm.
Okay? He doesn't have a sexual discipline,
Mm.
right?
That's
So it
it.
happens. But he's not saying I'm gonna make her another wife.
Right.
Maybe the woman finds out about it. The wife finds out about it. The woman is bold enough to call the house. He didn't put no standards down.
Mm.
Calls the house. Maybe she checks his phone. Found the receipt like Sophia in his
Yeah.
pocket, right? This guy's cheating on me. But if she's not gonna be another wife, I'll cry and I'll
Right. Who
stay.
cares then? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's women
So
like that. Like,
so
listen, don't let it get back to the house.
if women start DMing some guy, building emotions, secrets, doubts, insecurities, sharing things with this stranger, she's cheating because that's already her power.
Mm.
Male's power is physical, women's power is emotion. This is how they're engaging with the opposite sex
Yeah.
more because men love more physical, women love more emotional.
So then let me ask you this question. Is it easier for a woman to seduce a man or a man to seduce a woman?
A woman. This is
Me too.
general,
I agree that.
but
I
here
agree that. I agree with
but
that.
here's the thing. Subjective, no.
Mm.
Subjective, I will only say it because I'm a seducer
Right.
and I know
And you have
I don't
sexual
I
discipline.
don't know any other ones. But that's
Men or women or
many
in
any other male seducers.
got you.
So
Okay.
I would if I said it, it would be I wouldn't be able it wouldn't be fair if I
Right.
said the man because I would just be talking subjectively.
Right.
Like I could seduce any woman.
Right. But they can't
Whether she's
seduce
an
you.
Amazon, alpha, butch, lesbian, they all were attracted to me. So the thing is, for speaking for all men and universal, women, it's easier.
I agree with that.
Why? Because women could acquire sex already easier
Mm-hmm.
than men. Men are visual creatures. Looks
Exactly.
mean more to men than women. So
Mm-hmm.
when women, yo, putting on red lipstick, high
Heels.
heels,
Yep.
those yoga pants,
Yep.
the booty, moving
Mm-hmm.
when they twerk, women twerking online, half naked,
Eating a banana.
yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
abusing it.
Or just eating a banana in front of a guy will turn him
Yeah,
on.
women are just it's easier. They don't
Yep.
have to try too much.
Yeah.
That's why it's easier for them to acquire sex already.
Yeah.
So, if it's women, does that mean it makes it easier for women to cheat over men?
Does it make it easier? I don't think it makes it easier to cheat a woman to cheat than a man. I think it's easier for men to cheat. No, you don't agree with that?
No,
Okay, why?
you're entitled to your own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But let me
I
make
feel like
this.
men have more opportunity, not okay, opportunity to cheat, like just to get out of the house and cheat with somebody than it is for a woman. A woman has to put way more thought into it. Like that's just, you know, how we are. We have to think about, all right, what am I going to do? How am I going to get to meet this person? What am I, you know what I mean? I feel like a man is just let's go into the bathroom of the gas station. You know what I mean?
Do you know how to ride a bike?
Yes.
So let's say you haven't rode a bike in 2 months, and then you get a bike tomorrow. Will you have to be trained again, or is it just like, yo, this shit is just
Natural.
like riding a bike?
Like that.
It's easy, right?
Yeah.
So if we just said earlier that women can seduce men easier, they don't have to try.
Okay.
You see why it's easier
Yeah.
for them to do to get into it?
Yeah.
Let me give you an example. Even further. Seducing is a part of manipulation.
Hmm.
And who's better at that?
Women.
Exactly. So a woman could even seduce a man by guilt tripping him.
Mm.
A woman could
True.
seduce a man by just winking or
Mm-hmm.
biting on the bottom lip. Like you
Mm-hmm.
said, the fruit
Mm-hmm.
dress provocatively. She doesn't need to say anything.
That's true.
Men, it's harder. We have to go out there and get you.
And say the right
Even
words.
even on Instagram or Facebook, Twitter, we have to direct message you. We have
Mm-hmm.
to say something suspenseful. Like we're not like everybody else. We got a blue check mark, you know what I'm saying, or like a celebrity or something like that, where they could just say hi and then
Mm-hmm.
yo, I'm sold.
Right.
Like some of us gotta do work. We gotta do work.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
now,
I
now that
recant.
so now as the thing is, women actually have more opportunity to cheat than men.
Yeah. No, you're
And
right.
the fact that they're strategic too, they like you were saying, they plan
It's
it.
a treat.
If a man
Mm-hmm.
is working 14 hours a day, most likely he's gonna cheat with the woman he's working with.
Yeah.
When is he gonna have time to do cheat? And the
Yep.
opportunity on his days off.
Mm-hmm.
But on his days off, what if he's fixing things around the house, going to get groceries, helping with groceries?
Mm.
When is he gonna have time to cheat? The women have more time to cheat, even if those women are working 14 hours a day.
I think they would just cheat at work too.
She goes to pick up milk in 7-Eleven.
Mm.
Easy. She
Yeah.
don't have to open her mouth.
That's true. Good
Somebody,
points.
hey mom, what's going on?
Good point, sir.
Who is likely to forgive cheating, men or women?
Women.
Women. Women because men cheat for sex and women cheat for feelings.
Yeah.
What gender has it easier in this modern era? And we're not talking about 1950s, 1990s, 2000s. We discussed this, we're discussing today. What gender has an easier time being more vulnerable, men or women?
Being more vulnerable,
Yes,
women.
women definitely.
Yeah.
Can love be blind?
But that doesn't mean that we have it easier though. Can love be blind? 100% it could be blind.
You're right.
Yeah, because I feel like when
But
you're new to
technically,
these emotions, when you're new to this type of, dating and finding somebody, you can be blind because some people can mistake lust or infatuation with love, and then that blinds you to things. It
okay.
blinds you to how people treat you, what they say, things like that.
What would a blind man think about you?
Think about me,
Yeah.
that I'm a classy lady.
Would you love a blind man?
Would I love a blind man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then love is blind
I
for
said
you.
love is blind.
Yeah, love is blind for you.
What would a blind person think about you?
Um, god damn.
You put the
Like
bullets down.
like I said, they like man, I don't want to go through my accolades. We'll be
Yeah.
here for a long
All
time.
right, all right.
But would a blind person or man, like women and men, what would they think about me?
Yeah.
Yeah. To narrow it down, he's a genius. His energy is potent. Um, he has a good heart, and he's a fucking good talker. Just to narrow it down, I don't want to do
Mm,
the whole spill,
okay.
but that's what they would see because they would feel those
The
things because
energy.
they cannot see me. They
Mm-hmm.
would feel those things
Yeah, I definitely agree
and
with that.
hear those things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So do you find a cute, handsome, and sexy man giving you romance attractive, and an overweight, ugly guy doing it is creepy?
I think it's creepy either way, no matter who's doing it, if I'm not receptive to it.
Okay. I think women find the overweight, ugly guy creepy. It's just like the
I
cat
don't.
calling. Just like
Uh,
the cat calling thing. Handsome dude, maybe muscles, tattoos, walks by, cat calls you,
yeah.
ooh, girl. Now I know I said I would never chase a nigga. But if he's muscles, tattoos, bearded, got a fitted on, a bitch might power walk.
Mm-hmm. No,
You know what
that's
I'm
true,
saying?
100%. But it's
So
also Let's say that nice, good-looking guy catcalls you, and you're like, "No, thank you." He's like, "Well, fuck you, bitch. I didn't even like you." Well, now it turns creepy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if it's unwanted, period, no matter who's doing it, it's gonna be, you know, creepy. I'll be like, "No, no, thank you."
Yeah. So I believe this is true, and because it's true, for the women that complain they want more effort from their man, romance, attention, and continue to seduce her, why should that continue? Even if he's attempt to do it until he knows the woman is actually really interested in him.
He shouldn't. I mean, wait, if they're already together,
Hmm.
should he continue? He should continue if
Why?
she's doing it
Why should he? Why should he continue? If they're together, why should he continue if he already got her?
because that you're supposed to that helps keep that that interest alive, that excitement alive within that, that relationship.
I agree with that, but like I'm speaking for people out there.
Right. So, but if somebody came to me and said, "Why should I do that? I already have her. Why, why continue?"
Hmm.
Because that's exactly what I would say. Well, that
Don't you?
keeps your
Yeah,
your interest
yeah,
alive.
and don't you see that's how a lot of married couples are?
That
Don't
they
once you
stop.
won't
Yeah.
once you get married, a lot of shit stop.
Not even just married.
Niggas get overweight. They
Not
stop
even just
going to the
married
gym.
though.
They
Yeah.
stop doing the things they like.
Women
Women
too.
get overweight. They
Yeah.
stop keeping up with their appearance. They stop doing certain things in the beginning. So it's like, why should they do this if
Mhm.
they already got her? He already did the work. Why should he keep going? She's not going anywhere
How do you know that?
because she's been here for 10 years probably. He might think, like, why do I need to keep doing this? Me, I don't agree with it. I
I don't
think he
agree with
should
that either.
continue to do it.
I think both should continue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both should continue, but why should he? You know what I'm saying? Like I
Mm,
always say, it's the woman's job to keep the man. That's her success. A woman
right.
that makes a lot of money and doesn't have a man is not successful because of how women were created.
Mm,
You see what I'm saying?
mhm.
So if she needs to do work to keep him. I don't care how many niggas want to fuck you. I don't care how many niggas want to get in a relationship. Can you keep them? That's
Mm.
the success.
I
After the
don't
sex,
think
can you keep them?
right.
After you get the pussy, can you keep them? After you suck his dick, can you keep them? Can you keep them?
Right. I think women nowadays have that kind of that success, what they see as success kind of reversed.
Hmm.
How many men can, do want me? That to them is success, I think, for them. Like
Yeah,
the more men that are, but in reality, you can have like 100 men and they could all, take their turns with you. Which one is staying? Which
yeah,
one did you, do you have that connection with?
yeah,
Just like you said.
yeah. Me, like for me, I have a lot of sexual options. Even married women have approached me. Can you give me one night?
Mm.
Can you give me one night? Women in relationships, can you give me one night? One night
Mhm.
stand? Single
Mhm.
women, can you give me a one night stand? No. You guys, you're a weak ass husband and do what I fucking do.
Well, you know why? Because they see you as that fantasy. They want
And
to
the
have that one
fucking
time with the
muscles and
fantasy.
tattoos, I look like a player.
That's
It's a
true too.
misconception. That's
Yes,
why I
yes.
tried this in even the bonus episode of BDSM is not a kink hobby or fetish. I'm a
Yeah.
walking contradiction,
Does that
like in a
bother you?
way. No, it doesn't.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because it comes with the territory. When I was tattoo modeling and I was going to like Baltimore and Miami and stuff, going to competing in these events, I would be in the I would be in the elevator, a married woman with her daughter,
Oh my lord.
flirting. The husband came out, hey, ready to go. She even say nice to meet you.
Wha- That's
So I
awful.
already know
Mm,
that old ladies, a lot of them 70s might back away. The younger girls, ooh, what's that? They
mm,
flirt.
mm.
Which one hurt? That's how y'all flirt nowadays? Which one hurt? Oh my god. You see, and there are some 50-year-old, 60-year-old women who will be like, ooh.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I like the reaction in general,
Okay.
positive or negative.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So what advice would you give men who feel powerless in their relationship?
What advice would I give men?
Yeah.
I would say you need to listen to the Discipline Therapy podcast, and if not the podcast, Discipline Therapy Talk,
Mm.
because Mr. EL Discipline knows what he's talking about. Here's his number. Here, go learn. Go learn.
So that's a good one. So the advice that I would give to men who feel powerless in a relationship is one, either get out of that, or two, regain power in the relationship. So I saw something, and this guy was like, well, talking to men, and what I think, there's three things that men want. We want either our dick suck or sex, we want to be fed, and we want
I saw that.
appreciation.
Yeah,
And I was like, this guy's a simp. He don't even realize it if he thinks like this.
right. If
Like
that's all
maybe
he
he's talking
wants.
for all men. That's fine. But if he agrees, he's a simp beta male.
Mhm.
Why? Because men shouldn't worry about women trying to understand them.
Mm,
Men should worry about my woman understanding me and male nature because I'm going to educate her. So I'm
mm,
already taking the reins. The standard is appreciation. What's
yeah.
taken for granted will eventually be taken away. If you're not going to give your all, I will gladly take nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to put those standards of don't ever not appreciate me. I'm a king, so treat me like that. That's number one. He'll check off.
That should have been number
Number
one.
two, this is how you're gonna dress. This is your standard. He's already putting a law down.
Mm,
So he's not like just with his mouth shut, man, she didn't do this. Then he goes to complain to his boys, yo, my girl doesn't cook.
mm.
My girl doesn't clean for me. She doesn't want to do this. She don't even appreciate the little things I'm doing. He's complaining to his boys like a little bitch.
Right, you should tell her.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So the man that thinks like this, oh, why don't women do this? Why don't those men should be putting those standards down? Like this is what y'all should feel about us and know about us. You
I
know what I'm saying?
agree.
And then he puts his women specifically. This is what I want.
Mm,
That there are going to be consequences if I'm not appreciated, because I'm not going to feel what I want to feel. So this is part of the emotion part,
yeah.
because he's telling you what he feels, he's telling you what he wants, he's telling you, what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Women are really more in control in relationships nowadays than men.
Mm. I think a man who feels powerless in his relationship, that's just a bad relationship to be in, period.
Yeah,
Like, I think once a person feels powerless in their relationship, that's just your sign to go.
I disagree. I disagree.
I mean,
Because
if you've tried to work things out and it's not,
women could feel powerless and like it because they gave the power, so they're
yeah,
already strong.
right.
You know what I'm saying? They're giving the reins over, so they could
I mean,
like it. But
negatively. I
if a
mean,
man, yeah, you're right.
negatively, yeah.
If a man is powerless in his relationship,
Yeah, that's just a bad
it's a bad
sign.
relationship because that means he's following the woman. And if you're following a woman, she's gonna lead you down the cliff.
Yes.
She's gonna kill y'all both, lead you down the ditch or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because women aren't biologically designed to do that stuff, especially during pressure situations.
Right.
She might be able to learn the job, sustain that capital, but she doesn't. Like, there's no laws for relationship. There's
That's
no
true.
where are we seeing how to be. You're putting her in the male role. She's
Mm.
uncomfortable with that.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So she's definitely gonna lead you down a ditch. But that what I would say. Like, take the reins, man.
Mm.
Take the reins. When she walks out, she walks out. Most likely, women are not walking out because women love dominance. It don't
Mm.
matter if you fat. It don't matter if you six pack. It doesn't matter tattoos, muscles.
She
It
might be
doesn't
doing that
matter.
just to get a reaction, to get him to react.
Yes.
That's some sick and twisted way to do that.
Yeah.
But I've known chicks that do that. Push and push and push until they get their reaction. There it is. There now you're a man. You know what I'm saying? That is so toxic, but that can be,
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
Why is it that society pushes the narrative to women to thrive and climb to the top of the ladder? Go out there, be assertive, and go get whatever you want.
A good
Good
quality.
Yeah. However, in dating, women are viewed as desperate and weak if they were to do the same thing.
Why?
I think it's because women are also taught, you have to be, well, I don't know about nowadays. I'm talking subjectively and what I've known. You have to carry yourself as a lady. You don't chase anything. Wait till the man comes to you. I think
It's not ladylike.
yeah, it's not ladylike. You look like you're desperate. Let them come. I've even had
So
Friends of
society
mine,
and friends.
yeah, I've even had friends of mine that are younger say, I could never approach a man. I've never been taught that way.
This goes back to what I was saying about the you take a test, you get training for that job,
Mm-hmm.
and you start making those decisions. There's no laws and rules and education on relationship 101. You kind of just go with the flow. That's what that is. That's why. So when we go, even though these women are alpha out here, they still want to be ladies. They still want to be girly.
Mm-hmm.
So they will, like, you could have a hardcore feminist that will still say, I meet a guy at the bar, I'm not buying him a drink. I meet a guy at the bar, I'm just gonna wink at him. He better come talk to me. I'm not walking up. Because they still want to be a lady.
Mm.
They still want to be a lady. What happens is when women get in relationships, they don't want equality.
No.
They could even say, "Oh, you don't love like me. Da da da. Let's be equal partnership." They don't want it. They want special treatment.
Yeah.
Equality versus special treatment. Which one they're gonna? They want special treatment. They don't want equality.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they are circumstantial, uh, uh, um, part-time advocates for equality only when it favors them. But
Mm-hmm.
when it's the double standard, no.
Yeah.
I said this in the last show. When is the double standard? No.
Yeah. No, I
So that's
agree.
why they want special treatment. So the reality is, women in general are not going to want to approach a man, chase a man, you know what I'm saying? Unless I said, he's like me, he looks like me, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Then with
And
power
and
walk.
can do what I could do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then, these dominants will drive them crazy. They will chase them. But regular guys, they're not gonna want to do that because they're like, well, how do I know he's interested in me? How
Mm.
do I know if I buy him a drink, he's interested in me? How do I know this? Like they want to be like ladies, so
Right.
they're not gonna want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they will dress provocatively
Mm-hmm.
because that's them flirting from proximity. See,
Mm-hmm.
I made that rhyme.
I see.
So because they could get sex easier, it's like I want a man to approach me tonight, girl. I broke up with my man. It's been 6 months. I need some new dick. Let's go out
Mm.
to the club. Oh shit, girl, you look bad in that cleavage. Let me grab those titties.
Oh my God.
Spank that ass. Cause girls be doing that sometimes with each other. Yo, she got the big booty in the group. Slap that ass.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, you gonna nail a nigga tonight. So now they go to the club because she already knows what she's doing by dress like that. She
Mm.
wants to be approached
Yep. Definitely.
because she's trying to nail a man.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
That's true.
So yeah. So the irony about that is they seem desperate.
Yeah.
You dress like that, you seem desperate. You're twerking, you seem desperate.
And other girls will pick up on that too.
Look at my booty, look at my
Mm-hmm.
back to the camera. Let me do a little shake. Desperate.
Yeah.
Desperate. Why? Because female nature, y'all could already acquire sex easy. So if you're putting it out there like that, desperate, low vibrational, low value woman,
Yeah. They're
trash,
feeling what's the word? Like they need that
self-esteem boost. They're
eso.
depressed,
Uh-huh.
bipolar, possibly.
All right.
If a man displays vulnerability and the woman rejects him, where is that to be said about her mental capacity and maturity?
She has none.
Yes, low,
Very
very
low.
low.
That's awful.
Last one. In dating, what are the type of men women should avoid and what are the type of women men should avoid?
Egotistical, selfish.
Wait.
Oh, dang it. Okay.
So what type of men or
This is the
women?
same. Men and women,
N-
egotistical, selfish, um, narcissistic, somebody who can't own up to their own, who can't take accountability. That's period, I think.
Okay,
Um, I'm sure there's more, but go ahead.
I agree. I'm gonna expound. Um,
Okay.
Opportunists.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's okay if a woman's practicing hypergamy, but a gold digger,
Mm-hmm.
avoid that.
Yeah.
That's like an opportunist.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, Avoid women who are emotionally unavailable.
Mm-hmm. Men
Because
as
if
well.
if you're a man, listen, if you're a man who just wants to have fun, that's gold for you. Shit, she gonna give me pussy with no commitment. She gonna give me pussy without a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And if she has kids, I don't gotta do that. I don't gotta meet them. I
Mm-hmm.
don't gotta take care of them. I don't gotta take care of her. I don't gotta go out with her. I don't gotta pay for dinner. Nothing.
Yep.
Hold doors, hold hands, protect nothing. Provide nothing. Just give a dick. Right?
Mm.
She's emotionally unavailable. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
So Men should avoid these women if they want to have long term and family. However, if you want to just have fun with women, then get with them.
Mm.
Women who are emotionally available, whatever, brats, they don't want to change, they don't take accountability, they are egotistical, selfish, but they look good, keep fucking with them
Yep.
because you just want to have fun. So do you as a man. But
Mhm.
if you're a man that wants family, you're traditional, you're high value, you are a high valuable asset, you want assets around you, not liabilities, you want to build your legacy, family, right? Then you have to avoid these women.
Mhm. And women the same way, the same thing. Like if you you definitely want to avoid somebody who, isn't looking who's not going to be helpful with, to you and, like if you need help with something, like you said, the tire that blew. If you can't count on that person that you are talking to or with, or if you've already had sex and damn, my tire blew, can't I don't know if I want to call him. Then if you're not sure if you want to call him in a time of need like that, then you shouldn't be giving anything up else to him.
And I always say, and I said this in two shows prior, 84. I don't date women. No. I do date women that I might not see a future with, but I don't have
Mm,
sex with women I don't see a future with.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of babies were unplanned.
Yeah.
So God forbid the condom ripped. It's okay if she gets pregnant because I already saw maternal instincts. I already saw submissive. I already saw. So I picked them right.
Mm,
Just like
gotcha.
my boy Africa said in 54, would you allow your partner to dress however they want? He said the same thing verbatim. I know how to pick them.
Mm, yeah, I remember that one.
I pick them right.
Mm,
So you're not going to see me with the hoe. You're not going to see me posted and taking a picture with the hoe.
mm,
Thinking I can change her. No, I can't change her character. Moment we get into a fight, she's going to go back to that because she's trying to rile me up. She's trying to
mm,
be the brat. Let me post my ass to get a rile out of him because I'm mad. Revenge, punishing him.
mm,
So you might be able to sustain that a little bit. The whole turns into the housewife. She's trying to wearing dresses down to her ankles. She's showing you that she's great, but she will revert back to the hoe. I
mm,
promise you. So I see this in depth. So I avoid them
mm,
already because I know how to pick them. So my thing is, I don't have sex with women I don't see a future with because I know how to pick them. If it's a possibility, something happens, we have a baby, it's already good because I picked her already right.
mm.
So that's number one. Number two, I value peace
Yeah, me
more than
too.
anything.
Me
So
too.
why am I gonna get the woman who is the whole end problematic and like drive myself nuts?
Crazy, yeah.
Listen, I'm Superman, but not even Superman can save hoes.
That's
But he
that's
tries
true.
to.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So the reality is you cannot you cannot mold certain things out of women. That is their character. Women that are doing that don't have morals and integrity.
Mm,
You see, if they have a little bit of an attitude, you could train that she's worth investing in. But if she's showing you that she doesn't have a moral compass and she got an attitude and she's problematic, no,
just avoid it.
just avoid it
I
as a
agree.
man. So
Mhm.
it's like to me, it's like if I'm getting with these women that I already see long term with, I'm already good. Most men don't think like this.
No, that's very true.
They don't even move like this.
Mm-mm.
So you have any final thoughts?
Final thoughts on, does being in love require you to be vulnerable? Yes, I do. I think that obviously you have to find and love yourself first. But if you do find that person that you're trying to make things work with, you have to be vulnerable. You have to be honest. You have to, stay in your truth. And if you find that right person, then you can. It's not as scary to open up and be vulnerable.
Yeah. Most women that want men to be vulnerable is they're most likely like feminists and shit like that because they want them to, oh, why can't he feel like me, we're the same, we're humans, he should have the same feelings, think like me and stuff like that. But submissive traditional women don't think like that. Even modern women think like that, but submissive traditional women don't think like that because they're comfortable in just being a woman, and They want a man. So
Mm,
if a submissive sees that her dominant is loving like her, she's not attracted to him.
interesting.
She might revert into and take the reins and be an alpha. She might be an alpha sub, and she might react
Mm,
like aggressively, like the lioness in the jungle. He has to slap her back to reality verbally.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Or physically.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying to slap women, but
Unless
I
they
didn't
want
mean it
to.
that. I meant it
Unless it's sexual
metaphoric.
and they're okay with it.
Yes, I meant it metaphorically. But yeah, unless it's sexual and they're okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because women out there, there's some
Consensual.
masochists out there. You know what I'm saying? But he puts her in her place. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
he grabs her by her arms, pins her up against the wall. He tells her verbally, "Don't talk to me like that. Don't do
Mm-hmm.
that again. Like, here we go." You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's just putting her in her place. The lioness gets back into her role.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
true.
women that want men to love like them and be vulnerable like them is manipulation
Mm.
because they want to control you. That's what it comes down to. A man should only be vulnerable one way to a woman.
How?
Um no, my bad. A man should only be vulnerable um maybe physically to a woman. Like he wouldn't mind affection from her, like kissing.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Hugging or
I'm not
something.
saying her
Massage.
petting your head and
Mm-hmm.
grabbing your beard like something, you know what I'm saying? Like that makes me feel like a little kid, like a pet. So
Oh,
that's a
okay.
hard limit for me.
Got you.
But
Other guys might like it
but
though.
yeah, other guys might like it. But that's what I feel. I feel like you shouldn't be emotional all the time.
Right.
And
I
if
agree
you're
with
gonna
that.
be emotional, if you're gonna show emotional vulnerability, there should be a bound there should be boundaries.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
He's not gonna come every day. Oh, it's raining today. I'm crying. I missed my coffee. You know, I ordered dinner. My boss is bringing down my neck. I got all these people to manage every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like complaining about it every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or just him just showering her with love and oh, I love you, I love you, I love you every 2 minutes. He's doing that more than her? No.
Mm.
I always say because of women's power and how they're biologically engineered and designed to be, they should love you more than you love them.
Mm.
She should value you more than she values herself.
Did
And
you
that's a
think that
successful relationship. That's why there is a dom and a sub. Because she doesn't say we both can be dominant. She values you more than her, higher than herself.
do you think that there's ever a situation where that's okay to change?
The dom and sub dynamic,
No, her
masculine
a
and femininity,
woman a woman loving the man more.
the man loving the woman more.
No, her loving the children
That's what.
more?
Oh,
Would that be all right? Like in your
no,
opinion, no.
no,
She should love the man more all the
no,
time.
no. I said
No.
a scenario in my own audio show. If your husband was drowning and your child was drowning, who are you saving? All the women said, I'm saving my child. I said I'm saving my wife.
Mm.
She was there before y'all little rascals.
Oh my lord.
That the reality is when y'all get older, y'all not probably not gonna be in the house anymore. I gotta protect her for this is eternity.
But that's your
That
legacy.
sounds cruel, but I said it in the
No, no,
audio
I know. I
show.
remember that one. But
Yeah,
that's your
it
legacy though.
sounds cruel. So I'm gonna have a problem with the woman loving her child more than me. And let's not rush because we got that topic coming up.
Oh, that's true. Dang
Let's
it.
not rush. Let's not rush. So let me just get into my final thoughts and we're gonna be out.
All right.
You gonna get my
I
brain
know. I'm
going.
sorry.
You gonna get me going. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, ladies, if you want a man to like you and love like you, get with a woman. Huh? If you want a woman to love like you, get with a man. Ladies and gentlemen, go for people who have the same values, morals, traditions, perhaps lifestyles as you do. Not the same energy, interests, and likes as you do, or love like you do. For example, a woman doesn't have to like basketball, football, or wrestling because I do. I already know if she wants to sit down next to me and watch the sport and learn the game. She's trying to connect with me. She's trying to build intimacy. She wants to build a deeper bond with me on a deeper level. But she's not required to, just like a man should not have to be into makeup, lashes, soap operas, subjective.
Mm.
Not every woman watches soap operas. soap operas, gossip, celebrity gossip, and more. If a hoe can cook clean but is a hoe, the man will be cheated on constantly and not valued, especially if he has morals, traditions, and values within himself. Just like if a man is as feminine as she is, likes everything she likes to do everything she does, lies, cheats, and doesn't believe in commitment, and you do, but you both love sex, this sets you up for failure.
Mm.
The longest and lasting and greatest of loving relationships always have similar values, morals, traditions, lifestyles, then same energy, loving the same, then they do same interests, likes, and even character. Do you get that? Like a
Yes.
submissive is a submissive for a reason. A
Mhm.
dominant is dominant for a reason. Yin and yang. If a
Mhm.
dominant was a submissive, he wouldn't be dominant.
Mhm.
If a submissive was dominant in the relationship, it wouldn't work. You
Mhm.
got those subs that think they're subs, but they're more bottoms. They're more brats. They want to dominate from the bottom. They want to manipulate. They want to control from the bottom. The tears, the
Mm.
manipulation. They're aggressive, pointing at you, wanting to put their hands on you, dominating from the bottom. That doesn't work because she's trying to get in that role.
Mhm.
See, brats are lazy doms.
Mm.
They're lazy doms because they want to be dominant. They want to be assertive. They're stubborn. They don't want to follow your orders. They're being passive aggressive. You give them the rules. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Then they don't do it. You say, I want your nails a certain color. They get red. They get pink.
Mm.
They're lazy doms. They want to lead. They want to do these things, but they just don't have it in them because they're not decisive. They're not strong leaders. They don't want to do it. So they're lazy dominants.
Mm.
That's why it don't work. So that's why the man gotta keep bringing her, holding her accountable, disciplining her, bring her back to her femininity, bring her back to the submissive.
Mm. That's interesting.
You see what I'm saying? This is what happens. So the reason this works is because the sub has feminine energy. She's compassionate. She's bringing order into the relationship. She's virtuous. She's loving. She's faithful. She's loyal. She's understanding and gives you emotional support. The man is providing law. He's security, emotional security, structure, discipline, holding you accountable, punishment if need be, setting the standards and the boundaries, protecting, planning, taking care of everything. This is what bill needs to be done on this time. Da 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 da. This is broken. I need to fix this. Boom boom. This is what you're gonna do. Blah, blah, blah. Like he's there to keep things in order. He's virtuous and he brings that family oriented mindset and wants to build, this is the difference.
Mhm.
So if the woman is also doing that and the man, it's not gonna work. See, what makes a boss and a subordinate work in a job is because they know their roles. If the subordinate comes to the boss and what are we gonna do today? Whatever you like.
Mm.
He's supposed to be telling them what to do, or she's
Definitely.
supposed to be telling them what to do.
Mhm.
So why are they sharing it?
Yeah. Definitely.
This is the partnership. You
Mhm.
do your part, he does his part. She does her part, he does his part. He does his part, she does her part. This is the partnership.
Mhm.
Nothing is equal. When it's
The natural
equal,
partnership.
yes, when it's
Mhm.
equal, that's a path to disaster. You see what I'm saying? There's a reason why a good girl will gravitate towards a bad boy, a shy girl with the alpha confident male, a submissive with a dominant, a moth to a flame, a pen to a writer, a tool to a handyman, a bee to pollen, a key to a lock. It's polarity.
Mm.
This is why. So
Yeah.
when we go into the vulnerability, it's like, can you love? Does being in love require you to be vulnerable? To an extent, yes, it does.
Yes. I agree.
It does. But to an extent for men and women because we don't love the same and
Mm.
we're not vulnerable the same.
I agree with
So
that.
when a woman is trying to make a man vulnerable to her, she's emasculating you subconsciously.
Mm.
That's disrespect.
Because she's trying to get
She's
your
bringing
on your
you
same
to
level.
her same level of
Mhm.
now you are two women.
Mm.
The reason she's attracted to you is because you're a man. You do shit I don't do. And I do shit you don't do.
Mhm. That's true.
I am how you aren't. And that's the irony of making me attracted to you more. So
Mm.
what happens is what women don't realize is when they bring men down to this level, guess what it does? It's like Steve Urkel and
Laura.
Laura. I'll give you an example, a hint.
What?
That was the hint.
Oh, she doesn't. She loses interest in him.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Yes.
That's true.
That's what happens, and they don't realize it, and that's why you see all these couples and it's all destruction. Oh my god, I found out he was cheating. I've done it because you already did that prior.
Oh, got it.
You see, and she
Mm-hmm.
could have been doing it. It could have been a thing that was boiling up.
Mm.
But what happens is a lot of men don't nip things in the bud. See, I had to learn this because I
Right.
used to be closed off. I was like 19, 20. I had a mentor, and he was like, "Yo, you blew up at me.
Mm.
But you had this for months,
Right.
and you telling me this now is because it was balled up." And then he was differentiated because he's like, "You're a Scorpio too, so y'all are inclined to being like this." I had to
Mm.
work on this.
Mm.
A lot of men don't get the time to work on it. So that's why before I let before I let it emerge into something bigger, I nip it in the bud when I see a little bit. So I could get with a woman tomorrow. She gives me a little bit of tongue, back talk that's disrespectful.
Yep.
Calls me out my name, call me a nigga instead of the standards I said, Poppy King, and whatever, right? I nip it in the bud quick, quick.
So you just
I don't
check
let it,
her.
I don't let it stay till tomorrow, Monday, next week. No, I learned this because of back then. I
Mm.
nip it in the bud. What did you say? What did you say? Who are you talking to?
Mm.
Who raised you? You from the streets? You wolves raised you? No, you feminine.
Mm.
This is masculine. What did you say? No, there will be ramifications next time.
Mm.
What that's gonna entail? Try your luck. I'm not gonna tell you, but try your luck. So
That
at
is
that moment, she's
scary.
like, "This nigga ain't nothing to play with. I ain't never gonna call him a nigga. I ain't never gonna do this. I ain't
Mm-hmm.
never gonna roll my
I'm not gonna
eyes.
step out of character now. Yeah.
Yeah, say something smart,
Mm-hmm.
cause he's not to play with, and that makes her attracted to you more.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
You're like a daddy.
I agree.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah. But what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say that even if men have the time to work on themselves, like you were saying, how you had to learn this, not a lot of men want to take that time
I'm
to
gonna
work on themselves.
I'm
You're a different breed.
I'm going to help with that.
Yes, he will. It's
I'm
a
gonna help
secret.
with that.
So excited. Anyway,
I'm gonna help with that.
I
Cause
agree with you.
I value listen, like people don't notice about me, and it's like I'm like they might think like, oh, he's probably lying or whatever. These are broken people that think like this. They too good to be
Mhm.
true.
Mhm.
They're broken. That's why, right? They're not healed. I love relationships.
Mm.
I love it. And I love it more when I see the woman is feminine and submissive, how she was supposed to be, born to be, and the man is dominant and leading. I love those relationships. I love those marriages. I
Mm.
love traditional marriages. I love seeing it. I love seeing it on film. I love seeing it on hint. I love seeing it on film. I love seeing it on
In
television
person.
shows.
Mhm.
I love seeing it on listening to it in music
Mhm.
like back in the 90s, R&B and hip hop. I
Mhm.
love to see that. Modern relationships, like I'm allergic to them. It's epidemic out here.
Mm.
It's oh my god, I'm allergic to them. It's scary.
Yeah, it is.
You understand what I'm saying? So this has to do with polarity, and opposites attract for a reason, and they stick, just like I said in the last show. So
Mm.
when you have the same thing, energies, feelings, and all that, they repel.
Yep.
They repel.
Like the
Yeah,
batteries. No, like the magnets.
yeah.
Yep.
So once again, ladies and gentlemen, you were tuned into Discipline Therapy Podcast.
Peace.
Peace.